Tell Me Everything with John Fugelsang on Sirius XM Progress 127.
And welcome back. We're at 866-997-4748. This is Progress After Dark. I'm Johnny, giving you the night shift all night long. 866-997-GRID. It's like every radio show I ever listened to growing up. Hey, you know what? We haven't seen this guy in a couple of weeks. And I was worried, Chris, because, I went down to Florida for a couple of days for Easter, my mother-in-law's birthday. Went to this cool church that is all welcoming of trans people, has banners outside saying "We say gay." We say, I was gone for a couple of days, and Keith Price came over to the house and took care of my horrible animals. And then I don't know how it went. I came back and Keith had left, and then he didn't come on our show for 2 weeks. So I'm like, oh, my animals are just evil dicks, and this is what happened, and I'm paying the price. We have burned one of our favorite friends forever from the show, because of this evil little Pomeranian dog that my wife's midlife crisis brought into my life. This thing that looks like a Wookiee's testicle, this little biting, yipping, peeing thing has driven Keith away. So imagine my joy when I found out after 2 weeks of avoiding us, he's no longer ghosting us. He is unghosted. Please, people, I'm so excited. I'm gonna do the right intro. Keith Price, teeth nice, brief, concise, with just enough vice. My Christmas wreath, my comedic device. No beef, no grief, no sacrifice. My chief bequeaths precise advice. Keith Price. My aperitif, my pizza slice. My ginger spice, my Susan Rice. My vanilla ice in paradise. He's seen everything on Broadway twice. He knows all the lyrics to Edelweiss. My belief, it'd be so nice if we could all be under price. Keith. Welcome back, Comedy Daddy.
You're going to make me cry, Johnny. Why you do that to me?
That poem is as insipid as when I drunkenly wrote it a year ago. How are you, Keith? Happy late birthday.
Thank you. I'm another year older and deeper in debt.
There you go.
But I'm here. So you know what I mean? I had to resolve that even though I'm not where I thought I would be at this particular moment in my life, that I am very, very blessed, because throughout this, especially in this past year, I have been buoyed by so many great friends that include you in so many different places in my life that have allowed me to still, even though I'm going through, having a little health stuff going on, and, I'm still working with location, that I'm still here. And I'm still funny, and I'm still, I'm starting to reconnect with a lot of places that I let disconnect because I was not working on my own personal happiness. And so now I'm in a resolved place where now I feel like I can focus on my act 2 without feeling so overwhelmed by life.
This
you know
sounds
what I'm
like
saying?
your whole Tibetan Buddhism transcendental meditation birthday retreat really paid off, Keith. You're like my bodhisattva now. You're so centered and wise. But I agree with you. I think life not turning out the way you wanted it to is no excuse to deny joy.
Exactly. And that's what I have been doing consistently, it seems like, personally, on a personal level, for about a year now, and in my mind feeling it was justified because I was so focused on all these other things. And then I had a conversation with somebody that I was working with, and basically she just was like, do you want to go out and have drinks on your birthday? Because I was undecided about it. And then when I say the very last minute, it was like, I'm going to leave work at 7:30, and I'm going to tell these 5 people that I'm working with, listen, I'm going to go sit at a bar. I'm going to text 5 or 10 of my friends that I know that are living right in the area, because it was in Midtown. And I'm like, this is going to be the opportunity to do it. If you can make it, come. If you can't, I'm cool with it, because I'm going to be going home at 9:30. You know what I'm saying? and then 9:30 turned into midnight because one of my friends, my dearest, oldest friend, my friend Don, showed up. And I didn't expect to see him because he was giving me I have so many things I'm going to be doing today, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. So if I don't see you, then it's fine. We'll get together over the weekend. And when I walked into that little bar on 10th Avenue, there was my friend of 30 or 25 years. And it was
nice.
This is so cool. And then the new world that I'm starting to recreate with some of these other new individuals and new energies, a lot of them showed up. And it was really just very nice to kind of intersect a couple of pieces in my life together. And then that's when I was having that moment where it's okay, you know what? You're going to figure it out. And then all of a sudden I started writing interesting little pieces were coming to me again. And then, you know, I went to an opening night party last night for Summer 1976 with Laura Linney
Oh,
and Jessica Hecht over at the Manhattan Theater Club. And while I was at the after party, I started talking to Charlene Woodard. And I don't
oh,
know who if
really?
you
Oh,
yes,
yeah, I love her. Like, I saw her do when I first moved to L.A. She was the first piece of theater I saw. Her show
well, the
Neat many years ago.
neat.
I
And
love her.
so, and you know, and again, I'm sitting there geeking out because I'm like, oh my God, she's from the original cast of Ain't Misbehaving. Hold it together. Don't start singing with her. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and and it was interesting because it was like one of these moments where it was like we started having a conversation about writing, and we started having this, like, you know, and I'm standing here realizing that I'm talking to someone whose work I've known since the 80s. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
wild. That's wild.
To having a conversation about trying to get my creative juices to pop and flow with this woman who's now she's working on something really fabulous down in DC. And so it was just like, oh wow, okay, well this is where I am right now. And it's like, you
Hmm.
know, two nickels to rub together in your pocket, and here you are at the after party. So, like, you know, it's like,
I think most
you just
people will remember Charlene Woodard plays Jodie Foster's roommate and best friend in The Silence of the Lambs. That's her
that's
biggest, I think,
right.
credit. Yeah.
And if you know, for the folks that are all into their progressive periods of watching shows like Pose, she is the dance teacher from Alvin Ailey that you see in seasons 2 and 3, I believe. Yeah, 2 and 3.
Oh,
That she makes these appearances throughout the thing, and so, you know, and then I saw her during that period do. They had an Ain't Misbehaving reunion at 54 Below at Feinstein's 54 Below, and she was there to come and sing some of her songs, and
nice.
it was just, uh, anyway. So
Well,
like,
Keith, you are my Zoloft smoothie. You drive my blues away. Just having you with us, and again,
oh
I'm as happy as I am that you've had this good episode in your life. It wasn't my dog then. It wasn't the horrible dog. It wasn't the cats.
no,
They
no, no,
didn't
no.
traumatize
Mimi
you.
is don't let him tell y'all that Mimi is adorable. I
No,
love the
she's
fact that
not.
she has to eat behind her own closed door because, you know,
Yeah,
people bother
well,
her.
the cat.
But
No, the
I, you
cats will
know,
eat her food. Yeah, the cats ate
yeah.
her. So yeah,
But she
she's.
will eat theirs if you don't watch her either. She'll
Oh, I
just stick her
know.
head in the bowl.
I
So
know. I
it's a
live in.
dog eat dog world over
It's
there.
it's it's pet Babylon here. It's just a hellhole.